Have you ever given everything you had to get something only to realize after you got it that it was completely hollow? My name is Aliza. I'm 27 years old and I grew up in the blazing streets of Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm standing at a point in my life where I have everything the world calls success. A luxury home, expensive cars, and the kind of status that comes with money. But if you look deep into my eyes, you'll see nothing but silence. Today, I'm going to tell you the truth about my life, the lesson I learned after spending thousands of dollars. Stay with me until the end, because maybe my story will save you from a mistake that could turn your whole life into an empty room. The heat in Phoenix is strange. The air always carries a sharp smell of dry dust and burning asphalt. When I was a kid, my biggest dream was just to get away from that smell. We didn't have money. I still remember the smell of my mom's old kitchen, a tiring mix of cheap detergent and boiled potatoes. I hated that smell. I used to think that if I had money, my life would smell like fresh flowers and expensive perfume. I just wanted to live in a world where I didn't have to worry about paying bills. That hunger is what led me to Kyan. Kyan was a simple, steady guy. He worked at an old library. Whenever I was around him, he carried this comforting scent of old book pages and freshly brewed coffee. It wasn't the smell of wealth, but it felt like home. Kyan loved me. He would sit with me in the desert watching the sunset and say, "Aliza, we don't need much. We just need each other." But back then, my mind was stuck on bank balance numbers. I started to believe his love was an obstacle to my ambition. I confused love with weakness and money with power. The direction of my life changed when I got a job at a big firm in New York. The salary was so high that I could earn in 1 month what Kyan made in a year. I still remember that day. I told Kyan I was leaving. It was lightly raining outside and the air carried that earthy smell of wet soil, petrichor. Kyan held my hand. His hands were shaking. He just said, "Aliza, money can give you comfort, but not peace." I pulled my hand away. At that moment, all I could smell was the scent of my own victory. I picked up my bag and left that fresh, earthy smell behind as I walked into New York's concrete world. I got lost in the pace of New York. The air was different there. It smelled like expensive leather bags, sharply pressed suits, and the pride of wealth. I started working day and night. I achieved everything I thought I wanted. My new apartment was in one of the most expensive areas of the city. My home no longer smelled like boiled potatoes, but like fresh lilies delivered every day. But you know what was strange? The richer I got, the more irritable I became. Those expensive flowers didn't have the warmth that Kyan's coffee scent had. I would often lie in my empty bed at night feeling like I couldn't breathe. One night, I threw a huge party. Some of the wealthiest people in the city were at my place. The air was filled with the bitter smell of the world's most expensive champagne and cigars. Everyone was praising me, but in the middle of the party, I suddenly froze. I realized that even among all those people, I was completely alone. My throat felt dry. I stepped onto the balcony and tried to breathe in the cool air. Suddenly, I caught a hint of sandalwood in someone's perfume, the same kind Kyan's soap used to smell like. My heart almost stopped. I thought he was there. I started searching for him through the crowd like a crazy person, but he wasn't there. He was just a shadow from my memories. In that moment, I realized I had built a mattress out of cash, but the piece I needed to sleep on it, I had left back in Phoenix. The next day, I did something I hadn't done in years. I called Kyan. My hand was shaking. The phone kept ringing and my chest felt tight. When he answered, his voice had that same calm steadiness. "Aliza." He just said my name. Hearing his voice felt like stepping into cool shade after years in the sun. Crying, I said, "Kyan, I want to come back. I don't want any of this." A long silence followed. On the other end, there was nothing but quiet. Then he said softly, "Aliza, it's too late now. I've learned to move forward, and now my life includes someone else's favorite flowers alongside the scent of those old books." He hung up. I sat down on the floor right there. I was surrounded by the most expensive things in the world, but my soul felt like I had nothing. I used to think money could buy happiness, but the truth is, money can only wrap your pain in beautiful packaging. Real happiness was in the small things. The evenings I spent with Kyan, the cheap coffee, and the hand that held mine without any conditions. I spent my entire youth chasing something that turned out to be nothing but cold ashes. The very next day, I resigned and started packing my things. My secretary was shocked. He asked, "Ma'am, why are you leaving all this? You have everything." I smiled at him and said, "I have everything I don't need and nothing that I actually do." I left my expensive diamond ring on the table. When I touched it, all I could feel was the cold smell of metal, not the warmth of love. I came back to Phoenix. I don't live in that luxury apartment anymore. I live in a small house where dusty desert air comes in through the window. I'm still alone, but I'm not running anymore. Every morning, I make my own coffee and take in its smell. Sometimes I walk past the library where Kayan used to work. I don't go inside, I just look from a distance. He's happy, his world is still simple, but it's complete. And me? I'm still putting myself back together. Happiness isn't a destination you can buy with hard work. It's in the small memories scattered along the way, and in the scents we usually ignore. When I look back now, I understand that the greatest poverty isn't an empty bank account, but an empty heart. The desert air is still hot, but today I can smell hope in it. Maybe I won't try to buy money anymore. Maybe now I'll just start living. Tomorrow morning might smell like coffee and old books again, and this time I won't let that scent slip away.